What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skyways of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligation. Happy New Year to all of y'all. Hope y'all are doing great. Hope you were able to celebrate the New Year. Hope you were able to make a safe sound, and you're here watching this video, listening to the sweet, probably nails on a chalkboard that is my voice. But guys, we are going to get into the first docket of the new year, which is the last docket of this week. Yes, I took yesterday off, so I apologize for that. It was the holidays. I wanted to enjoy the holidays just like y'all. And we have an injury report. We got to look at a few things to watch heading for Saturday, and then the first would you rather of 2026. So we're going to go and get to it. And the first thing is the final injury report has been released before this week's game. And there's been a lot of talk, especially about Baker Mayfield and whether he may play or may not. Baker's going to play. We know that for a fact. Baker's going to play. So who isn't going to play is really the big questions. And I wanted to show y'all what the list is looking like. So right now, here's what we're seeing. So for the Tampa Bay Bucks, apparently Jamel Dean, he's out. Anthony Nelson, he's out. Kalijah Cansey, who was on IR, apparently he's questionable now. I guess he's been on IR for a minute. And then Devin Colt, Mike Evans, Luke Goedeke, Baker Mayfield, Benjamin Morrison, and Tristan Wirfs. Because I see no game stats, I'm going to say they're playing. 1,000%. And on our end, Claudin Shirless, he's out. Robert Rochelle, he's out. Chris Barnes, questionable to go. Robert Hunt, questionable to go. David Moore, questionable to go. Turk Wharton, questionable to go. And Rico Dowdle, I'm assuming, is ready to rock and roll 2 full practices in a row. Yeah, he's ready to get it started. And, I mean, there's nothing else to say about it, but it's going to be a war. Dudes who may be hurt are going to try to go. Dudes who are dinged up are going to try to go. Everybody knows there is a playoff spot riding on the line. So this is not the time to sit there and be like, this little nagging injury, I don't think I'm going to play. Is it injury or are you hurt? Like, are you only hurt or are you actually injured? That is a key distinction, and my athletes will understand what that means. My athletes will understand 1,000% what that means. So don't be surprised if a lot of these guys, even if they've been listed as questionable, might not play, blah, 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 they're going to try to go. The only reason they're stopped is due to the medical staff and the team saying, hey, this isn't right. You're probably going to injure yourself. The risk ain't worth the reward. But, I mean, it's the playoffs. That's a big enough reward in of itself because once you get to the playoffs, things can change. Once you get to the playoffs, the whole situation is different. I don't care what you say. Get to the playoffs, everything's changed. What you did in the regular season don't matter. All that matters is the current game you're playing. So, hopefully, everything goes smooth there, man. And then next, we got to go, and we got to look at a few things to watch for Saturday's game. And the Carolina Panthers .com, their own website, said these are some things to look out for in the game. And honestly, I can agree with it. I can agree with this list after reading through it. So the top 5 things they discussed, they said, here's what we're looking for. Do the Bucs copy the Seahawks coverage strategy? Essentially saying, will the Bucs use the same tricks as the Seahawks? And if so, is Carolina ready to react and adjust if they do? How do the Panthers find explosives? Carolina cannot be afraid to take shots and find big plays, and how do they do that? Who do they utilize to get these big plays? Jimmy Horn. That's one I could for sure probably could help. And then third, can Bryce Young use his legs? His recent increase in scrambling could pay dividends, and Bryce has been moving a lot more. His ankle seems a lot better. You can't be afraid to use his legs. And Bryce, you can't be afraid to use your legs when you see something. I know you like to look for the pass and everything, but sometimes, bro, you just got to put your foot down and take off. Can't hesitate. Number 4, controlling the Bucs cannons. It goes without saying The main thing is on defense to find a way to limit Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Emeka Egbuka. You have to. You have to. And lastly, this one caught me off guard, but the kickoff complex. So it says Carolina can't relax due to the Bucs' constant touchbacks. And apparently, the Bucs have one of the worst kick coverage teams, like 30th in the NFL. And ETN has been getting some really good returns as of late. So over the last few recent weeks, they've just been constantly kicking out the back of the end zone to take away any team's special team coverage. So Carolina can't get dejected and they can't sit there and be like, bro, we can't get anything moving because they aren't kicking to us. No, you just got to find a way to adjust. And the few times we do get chances to return, got to take advantage. So overall, I think it's going to be an interesting game to watch. I think it's going to be one that all our eyes are glued, especially considering it's the first game of the NFL weekend. Everybody's going to be watching this game. Everybody's going to be watching this game. And it's up for our boys to put up and show up and do what they got to do. So I'm looking forward to that. And thirdly, y'all know what it is. It is time for Would You Rather Panthers edition. And that's where I give y'all Would You Rather, as we do every Friday, and hear what you, Panther Nation, would choose. And today's Would You Rather actually deals with Week 18. And so I want to know, y'all, would you rather see David Moore return for Week 18 or Robert Hunt return for Week 18? Would you rather see David Moore return for Week 18 or Robert Hunt return for Week 18? And this is hard for a number of reasons because both of them can contribute. Both of them know how to contribute to this team. Both of them are savvy vets. However, because both of them have been out for so long, both of them could disrupt the flow of the offense, potentially. Where do you insert David Moore? I mean, that's a really good question. Do you sub out Leggett for Moore? Do you sub out Leggett for Horn? Or do you sub out Moore for Horn? You don't sub him out for Coker. And you definitely don't sub him out for T-Mac. Do you start utilizing more? I almost said more. Do you utilize more in place of Jatavian Sanders reps? In the sense of rather than going with three receivers and a tight end, do you go 4 receivers with Moore being that fourth? In situations where you would use Sanders over Mitchell Evans or Tommy Tremble. Possibility. But then on the other hand, you have Robert Hunt. He was our starter, got injured in week 2. We have had constant turnover on the offensive line, constantly. So does changing up the offensive line again by inserting Robert Hunt help or hurt Carolina? But when it's all said and done, I genuinely think that you have to want Robert Hunt back, and that's who I would want. The reason why I want Robert Hunt back is because we need the best O-line we can put out there. We need the best offensive line that we can put out there, and Robert Hunt is great on the offensive line. I'm not saying David Moore isn't great. I'm saying we have enough receivers. We don't have enough offensive linemen, enough good offensive linemen. I don't think that's unfair to make that statement or make that assumption. So I would choose Robert Hunt. And that's just me. But y'all let me know what you think. And going into the Panther freeze frame of the day, first one of the new year, it is this photo from practice. Bro, I love this photo because, honestly, to me, it's a picturesque photo to end the season. You have the team. You have Bank America in the background. To me, this solidifies, hey, final practice of the year. It's been a roller coaster of a year, literally. Constant ups, downs, lefts, rights, all that good jazz. but they've been improving. And for the first time since 2017, Carolina could be in the playoffs, which I'm all for 1,000%. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for y'all favorite segment, time for Panther Nation to speak your truth. And that's why I read comments from y'all and see what you lovely guys, gals, and hooligans all over have to say. And the first comment comes from Claws Out Carolina. She said, forgot to comment yesterday, but I was glad to hear your mama is okay after the car accident. Those silly freaking deer. And I'm sorry to hear about your friend's dog. Wishing everyone in your life and everyone reading this comment a safe and happy new year. And Claws Out, definitely want to say greatly appreciate that. My mother appreciates it. My friends appreciate it. And I wish all of y'all, not only you, but everybody watching this video under the sound of my voice, hope that y'all are going to have a great, prosperous, and blessed year going into this year, man. A lot of us, we went through some highs and lows in 25, but 26, hopefully we can make everything more on the high side. Next comment comes from Grizzly the Bowler. My man says, congrats to Skinny with 2 tats for putting belt to ass on my team. It was a fun league. I have to get back in it next time. And like I said, y'all, I think I'm going to run it back with 2 leagues next year. That way I can get more people involved and we'll have like 2 different champions. Might do that because a lot of you seem to have liked that and a lot of you seem to enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And then thirdly comes from Avira Robinson. And she says, hey, I'm glad I found you. Actually, Unnecessary Bluntness with Aaron Duncan said to check you out. Happy I did. It's been a great few months for me watching and sharing your content. Keep pounding. Shout out to Unnecessary Bluntness with Aaron Duncan. I didn't even know I was being shared like that on other pages, but I greatly appreciate that. Now I got to go find the video where he said to go watch me. I think that's kind of cool. But I'm greatly appreciative for all of y'all who have enjoyed my content, who've kept me honest, and things of that nature. And shout out to Dustin Jackson I said it in the comment section, but I do want to also say it verbally here. He let me know that this was Luke Kuechly's second ballot, and I had to admit, I was like, wait, it is? And then I had to realize I had a brain fart in the last episode because I was still in 2025. So I was thinking of the 2024 class when I said that was Luke Kuechly's first ballot. So this is going to be Luke Kuechly's second chance on the Hall of Fame. So I do have to admit I was on there. Appreciate you, Dustin, for keeping me honest and keeping me accurate on the information I'm speaking. And I love it when you guys do that in such a respectful and like cool manner. And it's never any hate or anything. I'll just like, hey, you might have misspoke right there, Myron. And I'm like, you know what? I'm human. So I can admit when I'm wrong and I can admit if I misspoke. So I greatly appreciate that, man. But guys, gals, everybody in between. With that being said, that's all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can always be notified of when these videos are dropping. Next, comment below. Let me know, what are your thoughts going into this weekend about the injury report? Do you think somebody's on there that should be or shouldn't be? What are your things to watch for Saturday's game? And then choose one. Who would you rather see come back this weekend? David Moore or Robert Hunt? Also, I'm going to let y'all know something. You're going to notice something different on Monday. With these videos, you're going to notice something different on Monday. It's a good thing. It's a blessing for this channel. It's a blessing with Fan Arch. It's a blessing for me. But you guys are going to notice something different on Monday. I'm just giving you fair warning. But also, make sure to follow me at Tornado McRae. That's my personal channel. I will be dropping an immediate game reaction as I do every week, as I've done every week this year. I'll drop an immediate game reaction after Saturday's game. But with all that being said, guys, at the end of the day, y'all know the deal. What do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Mother all you Panthers. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see y'all next time.